you believe there's that many bad contractors?
Numbers don't lie. If I know you scamming people like openly, like you lying to people, the person needs to be stopped, right?
Like, this is the easiest business in the world.
They have 6,000 complaints in the roofing category alone.
Why do you feel so many can't get past and out of their own way with? Welcome back to the Exit Rich podcast. I'm sitting with a good friend of mine, just flew in from Minneapolis, Dmitry Lipinskiy, founder of Roofing Insights, actually the founder of Roofing Process Conference. Probably top 10 people in the roofing space with a social influence. I think most people would agree with that. Whether you agree with Dmitry's tactics or not, people would say he's a top 10 social media influencer on roofing. Thank you for coming in, Dmitry.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
So let's just jump right into it. Tell everybody who you are real fast, Dmitry. I think most people know who you are, but let's just jump right into it.
Started with the trades, so for many, many years, I've done probably every trade there is. Hang siding, install floors. My first company was flooring company, roofing business from 2013 to 2020. Sold it to my general manager. Do connect homeowners and contractors now. Directory.com is the main business, and do a lot of social media.
So you sold your first business to your general manager, and that's how most businesses do get sold in this industry. We actually just had Vincent, M&A attorney, on here. Why don't you start that so we see it there, right there? Let's turn that on, right? He said about only all of his deals, he does about 360 deals a year. He said about 10% of them, the 15% max, will be a PE firm, which, as you know, makes sense.
5 years ago, we did not have a lot of PEs like in space, period. It was,
correct.
I think, just getting started.
And it's still small now, right? Yeah. Very small, right? But most are SBA, or like you said, I'm assuming your general manager, you own or finance the deal for the most part, right?
It was. Yeah, I wanted to get out. Yeah.
Yeah. So you sell to him. I'm assuming that business is going well still, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he's doing well.
Still in business. It's funny because it was actually that business kind of gave birth to two other businesses.
Okay.
So like a sales rep leaves, started. Yeah. So my manager, one of my project managers, started his company, and that company is more my company than the one I sold. That I'll give you.
When you say you mean your personality, your belief systems.
So like employees, he employed like 5 or 6 employees who used to work for me. Like, for example, I have 2 tech guys working for me for 5 years. New owner says, I'm not going to have repair department. Let them go. They went to work for this guy. My accountant, 25% owner of the other company that it didn't sell. Her son used to be my assistant production manager, works there. So they're all by like my underlayment now. Like, we're all friends. We're all like, no enemies. Like, we're all good.
Well, because there's so much business out there. I don't understand. But
it's like the same CRM. It's, they're all doing similar sizes, like $4, $5, $6 million, right? It's just, but it's 3 companies I'm watching, and combined revenue between 3 of them, like maybe 10, 12 million. Is that count, right? But
this should come together, baby.
Yeah.
Roll up and sell. Build it to sell it. So that's doing well. Then you went and found Directory. And how's that going? I mean, you got a lot of you got investors there.
Just angels. So I pretty much ask friends and family. I'm about to raise my first like seed round or Series A, whatever. So, but so far I built with my own cash. The first 3 years just was my money, and then I raised like almost $2 million.
It's a hard business, though.
It's getting easier and easier, and we're changing category a little bit, but getting easier and easier. So we're growing fast, and I love that business. It's very needed. I mean, there's so many bad contractors out there. If you're the homeowner and you are about to hire a contractor, where are you going to go? BBB? Where are you going to ask the recommendation? It's the amount of scams and a lot of people.
Do you believe there's that many bad contractors? Because listen.
The numbers don't lie.
What's the percentage of bad contractors you think are out there? I'm just curious.
Sure. Like, look at the BBB first. BBB stats, official stats on BBB.com. Every year, they have 6,000 complaints in the roofing category alone. 3,000 complaints go unresolved. Usually, it's the cheapest bidders. So 3,000 people who found a contractor on BBB will not, 6,000, 3,000 will not be responded.
So I just want to do this because I'm just like a statistics guy. Everything I do, that's 8.2 a day divided by 50 states. There's 50 states in America, right? I mean, that's less than 0.001% into a day.
Well, think about
complaining. And that's where, like, I'm not trying to be argumentative with you because listen, I tell people this. People say to me, and I'll be very transparent because people have mixed opinions on you. And people say,
100%.
Lance, why do you so loyal to Dmitry? You'll never say a bad word. I'm like, because I don't have to agree with everything he says and does. But I know this. He's always been good to me. He's only been a good man to me. And everything you've ever told me, you've done. Like you said, Lance, I'll do this, this, and this when I bought the conference. And you did every one of those things. Like not one time did you try to reshift it, renege it, like anything. So like for me, I'm like, he's only been good to me. I see the bad, like, but it's funny you're saying that though, because I just got hit with this today and someone in my community did this where I don't believe people mean to be bad contractors. I'll show you this. This guy right here, don't say his name because I don't want to blast anyone, but you see that got sent to me today, right? You can see he took the pot. I feel like people get in quicksand. Do you ever feel like people are in quicksand?
Listen, so here's the thing about industry.
I'm just asking you honestly, because I try to see the good in people.
Well, me too. Like there's more good than bad, 100%. But if you put yourself in the shoes of the homeowner who gave someone $20,000-$30,000, and that contractor files bankruptcy tomorrow, like big cases. Like we just did one, I think it was Orange Roofing, 300 customers when Attorney General gets involved. And it's usually towards the end. It doesn't matter if you're doing 20, 30 million, right? So there's
it goes bad.
Yeah. So there are hundreds. Like I'm dealing right now with the CMR in Florida. So they have over 100 homeowners who, I mean, you're talking about $50,000 to $80,000 average ticket.
When you say you're dealing with them, what do you mean?
They're messaging me. They're asking for help. They're asking, hey, what do I do in this situation? How can you help? I'm part of this problem.
How can you help? Because there's really like no way you really can, right?
You can connect them. You can get the lawyer. You can just expose them. I'll give you like the latest example, just like in the works right now. This lady out of North Carolina, she has $1.4 million.
Please just don't mention her name. That's all.
I want $1.4 million in judgments in the past 4 years. Okay, so I call her, trying to get with her lawyer. She restructured her company 4 years ago. She's been moving money from her roofing company to her real estate company, flipping homes and stuff. We've talked to 7 crews. She owes $750,000 to crews alone. That's $2 million in debt. How do you think it's going to go?
But my question to you is, and like, listen, I love you. You've been nothing but good to me. You know how I feel about this. Why?
I promise.
Why do you gotta get like I see bad shit every day, right?
Because I'm a media company. You can't churn story that. I promise you this. If you would,
so you're a media. So you consider yourself more a media. Okay, so that explains it.
That's
then.
Roofing Insights. So Roofing Insights is a media company. We're not by.
I don't think most people think that of you though. So you might want to.
Well, there's a personal brand. There's Dmitry Lipinskiy. There's director that Roofing Insights as a media company, as a YouTube channel.
You know what? That's the first time we heard anyone ever say that, right? Because people ask me. That's what I'm going to say. Fuck it. He's a media company.
I mean,
because like no different than Fox News is wrong half the time, and MSNBC and all them, right? Nobody says that.
So look at roofinginsights.com. For 8 years, I started Roofing Insights 2008.
Oh, we see it growing. What's that? 100 some plus subscribers on YouTube. Like it's growing. The whole thing's growing.
What has been the voice of roofing communities? That was from the day one, and that playlist is the smallest playlist.
But it gets the most attention.
No, that's not true.
It seems like it gets the most attention. It's my algorithm for whatever reason. I drop my phone all the time. I'm like, shit, man. Here we go again.
So he knows it, and you'll know it, and here I'll show you. And this has always been consistent. So
but I'm glad you cleared that up. That you're a media company. Because I don't think most people feel that way. And I'm like, if that's where you're with it, then fuck it. Like. It is what it is. Like you're just exposed.
So
yeah, correct.
I will give you example. So this is top content, top 10 videos in the past 28 days. Find one. Look at the.
First of all, the views are great. Do you charge people to advertise on this?
No.
You should.
Yeah, 100%. It's all.
You got a lot of views. I know. I'm just saying, but no, I'm saying you should charge people.
Well, you see any negative story in my top 10 videos in 20, and you can go 300.
No. I'm looking.
3.
No, listen, I'll be very transparent with the audience. Everything is positive here. Big roofing debate, drip edge. I mean, goddamn. Explain. 7 ways roofing contractors, roofing rip-off alert, the truth about. I don't know if that's a story or not, but that's one. No, in your top 10, everything. The last one's Guru goes bankrupt. So 1 or 2 maybe. So out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
N-
Yeah.
None of our negative stories ever made a top 10 long period of time. And if you go 365 days, so negative story, it's like a news. It's a short lived.
Yeah, I just did your negative stories and not one is in there.
Yeah. They just they never make it.
I did 365 days, not one today. I apologize.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have the,
It's perception. Here's the thing, and I'll tell you this.
I think it is perception.
It's not social media. It's interest media. So your algorithm will show you what you're most engaged on, right? So if you click in or commenting, it's gonna engage. So I'll give you.
I don't click or comment, but I screenshot sent the bill. Do they know that, you think?
Well, it's not only you. So everyone. So like,
Everyone does it.
So if I publish negative story and it's gonna get 100 comments, so algorithm will push it to more people, right? And I'll give you example. Every single month, I go to a very successful company. We do full.
I love those pieces. They're the pieces I like. I'm not gonna lie. I like those pieces.
But let me ask you this: how many comments do you think those stories get? 5, 10. So what algorithm does? Nobody is interested in it. Only 5 people commented on this story. So when you drop something negative, you'll get 100. But again, it never, as far as YouTube goes, it never goes to the top.
No, listen. I like the positive pieces you do. I'm a fan. I think people should pay you for those pieces because they're well put the fuck together. In my opinion, like it's a nice. Like if they were smart, they would take your piece and put it on their website. They'd put it on their social media. They have it in their salespeople's hands. That's what I would do if you came to my company.
Can I make a public announcement?
Yeah,
You're gonna actually like it, I think.
I just hate the negative stuff.
So we made a business decision for people like you and for people who hate negative stuff. So this Friday is the first video. So we started a new YouTube channel. It's called Not My Cup of Tea. That's the name of YouTube channel. And moving forward, for people like you and everybody else, all the negative videos, so-called negative, gonna go on that channel. And Roofing Insights will no longer do any call-outs, any negative stories. I don't care how bad it is. It's just not gonna go to Roofing Insights.
Because I enjoy. I tell my guys. I'm just doing it from my standpoint. Like right, like. I try to navigate. You see me. I try to be very politically correct with everyone. You never really say a bad word about any. I try to really like. I think you've been around me enough. No, I am who I am. I just. It's. I just think being like I know you're not negative. That's not the word. But I tell my people to go to your shit to read. I don't want them seeing that. I send links to these guys. You know, yesterday in my sales channel, you go look at this, look at this, look at this. You can get good information from your channel,
of course.
But then. I see that piece and I'm like, and you know what? I guess I feel bad for the people that are getting hit with the piece because I feel like the woman you're saying with 12 judgments, she probably deserves the piece. I don't know her. I'm not, but from what you're telling me, if you get 12 judgments on you, you're probably a bad actor in the community, right? Then I feel bad for a guy locally here, right? That I know, the guy I just showed you a picture of, I'm not going to say his name. I know he's not a bad guy. He coaches in the community. I just think, and you know, this contractors take deposits. They're paying Rob and Peter to pay Paul. I mean, it's a constant thing of mismanagement, cash flow. You know that.
Yeah.
How many contractors have debt? I mean, come on. Like, I mean, how?
Of course.
I'm like, how could you have debt besides vehicle debt? Like, this is the easiest business in the world. If you're under $20 million, your shop should have no debt. In my opinion, just you should never hit a debt lever except for vehicle debt. But they're taking deposits. They're spending the money.
Bad habits.
Bad habits, right? Bad habits. And then what happens, I feel like they're in quicksand. Like, right, like I coach youth football, you know, and sometimes I say my linebacker, my own son Hammer, I'm like, his fucking feet are in quicksand. He just can't get out of his own way to get moving sometimes, right? Do you ever feel like that's the case and these people get whacked with a bad piece? They're just in like that guy, I know he's not a bad guy I'm talking about.
Think about this. I'm getting probably 10, 20 hits every single day. People like, expose this company, expose that.
So you pick.
I mean, not only we'll pick like 5 stories a year. Like this woman, I mean, when you have like, most of people that even directory.com, we do background checks. How many do you think have like drug tests and money?
I'm going to say 30% of them.
Yeah, and we'll let them. As long as I know the story, we'll give you the second chance. I talk to roofers all the time, right? But I only pick the story, and I'll tell you kind of my filter. If I see like proof that this person, it's usually a marketer, a very bad business owner who already screwed a lot of people and have no sign of stopping. Like the person needs to be stopped, right? If I know you're scamming people like openly, like you lying to people with your mouth, like you going out, you already stole from 20, there's proof, there's judgments, right? we just have to make it public so people are aware what kind of business you're running, so we have less victims. So like this lady needs to be stopped. I talked to 2 lawyers yesterday. She has cases, like lawyer said, Dmitry, I don't know how she's not locked up yet. If you go, she wrote probably like I counted about 40 bad checks. Like if I steal $1,000 from you, I go to jail. If I write you $25,000 and it's bounced, like she gets away with it. How is it possible?
I saw a guy go to jail that I knew probably 10 years ago doing exactly what you said. He took a deposit here in Bucks County. I'm not gonna mention his name because he paid his time and did his due, and
Sure.
I believe people deserve second chances. I think he got like 2 years, and he had the money paid back to the homeowners before he went to court, and I think they still locked him up.
And that's the crazy part. Well, this lady here, she stole 401k from her employees and didn't get charged with it. She's done so much. Like I'm like, how she's still not charged, not stopped. Google reviews are good, and you know what she's doing? She's targeting Hispanic crews. And when crews come in, and this is how I got the story. So someone was filming her. This crew leader came to her house, had balls, confront her, said, "When are you gonna pay me? You owe me $68,000." And he was filming her. You know what she was telling him? Said, "It's all that. I'll pay you when I can. Pay you. Get a lawyer. Sue me. Take me to court." Like,
Yeah,
and that
nobody wants to hear.
and that attitude, I'm like, you know what? I'm coming after you. You don't treat people like that. And every single post on her social media is like, I'm going to church. God is great, right? Like every single one of them is like, she's like the most religious person. And meanwhile, to all her crews, she's like, sue me, take me to court. It's all that. Or another thing she likes to say, you made a lot of money with me. And I'm like, okay, so if he works for 5 years, year 6 is free. Like you're not gonna
That
just
don't
pay him?
work.
So like I don't see any remorse and any promise. So I text her like, Mary, when are you like show me the payment plan and we're not gonna run a story. Just show me the payment plan, intent to pay this cruise. Meanwhile, she's still going looking for it. Oh, and this is the best part. She underbids the jobs. Her employee told me that she would bid on the job. She's that lowest bidder.
Yeah.
And she lose 50K.
That's
Well,
why she can't pay her bills. You can't be the lowest bidder. I mean,
well,
that's just
because she has no intent to pay anyone.
out of it. You can't run, like I always say this to people. If you aren't the cheapest person every single time,
There's
and a
something
pure
wrong with
volume,
it.
you don't go in that game.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to be in the cheap business game, just we're the cheapest no matter what quote you get. That's our game. That's going to be high volume, low margin, and you better be a hell of an operator because you have a very small window to make mistakes because it's going to eat your margin. Just that simple. That's that game. Here's a question for you. Why do you feel so many people, because you know a ton of roofers, why do you feel so many can't get past and out of their own way with? I mean, it's a really simple business. Like, I'm just going to break it down, tell me if I'm missing anything, right? You market, you get the lead, you sell the lead, right? You book the appointment, you go sell the lead. You get a deposit, or I think it's all my companies, about 80% of all of our work is now financed through Good Leap, Green Sky, one of them, which most people don't offer finance. I don't understand that. We'll talk about that next.
Yeah.
You know, so you have secure financing. Then you just fulfill your pledge. You deliver the job, collect the money. You pay Beacon at the time. You pay your sales rep at the time. You pay your sub crew at the time. We pay the following week, correct?
Or what? Sub crew?
Yeah, the following week after we collect the money. We collect the money this week. If it's in by Thursday, you paid the following Fridays. No net 30. You don't invoice us. Our whole system's set up that way. Make sense? It's the simplest model. What am I missing?
It's not as simple as that. And I love how Lance asking his videographer business questions.
Well, you hear about he knows all of it.
I'll answer it from CrossFit analogy. In CrossFit, we say you only as strong as your biggest weakness, right? So if I can run fast, but I cannot squat heavy at the competition, that's going to be my weakness. And if I land in the last spot at squat, even if I'm a fastest runner, you don't have to be first. You don't have to be expert in everything, but you have to be decent. Like CrossFit champion. So, we have tons of disciplines, and you can be number 5 in every single discipline between like 15 events, and you're going to be on the podium, because I don't have to be the fastest runner. I don't have to be, the strongest guy, but on average, I'm going to be strong. Well, the same in this business. How many times you heard the roofer say, Marketing is not my thing. I'm not really good at marketing, or accounting is not my thing.
I know, but that's different than
Because
these 5 panels. That's the flow of the job, right?
no, some people say, and I hear roofers say they usually fail is because they suck at sales. They cannot overcome simple objection. They suck at marketing. They don't spend anything on advertising, or they suck at accounting. They never look at their numbers. So it's one of those areas. And if you neglect your books, you're gonna tank sooner or later, right? If you neglect your marketing, you're gonna do. So this business is not too complicated. There's like 5 things.
That's what I'm trying to say.
But you have to be and you don't have to be the best at every single one of them. But you have to be decent at marketing. You have to be decent at sales. You have to be decent. You don't have to be the best. But I would say if you're 7 out of 10 at sales, marketing, accounting, basic admin, you can create basic culture. You don't have to be number 1. You don't have to be 10 out of it. You will do great. But if you're like 7 out of 10 leader, you're kind of little jerk here and there, rough around the edges, but you're like 3 at accounting, but you like don't even look at the books, don't even ask, what profit and loss look, you're gonna lose. You're gonna overspend, get in trouble. Or the same with the sales. Like, look, good guys suck at sales and they say, well, my job sells for my. No, it doesn't. Like, you still have to overcome objections or you're gonna be the cheapest price.
Hey, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Service Titan and Rilla, our technology of choice to helping us scale and grow our business and making sure all of our viewers have the technology to scale their business so when they want to sell it, they're able to. I think your best salespeople truly believe in that product. They say 71% of the people that work in companies in sales don't actually believe in the product or the price or what they're charging for the product. That's a problem. That's a problem. Like, I have no problem telling people like what I charge for my time, like, because I believe in my product. Like, I see my product produce, I know what I produce, and it's okay if you don't see the value. Like, that's okay, but I'm not going to lower my time worth for you.
But see, production is also like that's the thing. So
I think production is the easiest thing if it's done correctly.
True, but you still have to have that crew, right? So you can be really good at sales and marketing, but if you don't have those crews who take care of the job, or good production manager, I would say.
These are begging for work right now.
But but you still have to manage them. You still have to have good production manager. So, for example, if you're really good at sales, and you can go and sell, let's say, $20 million. But if I'm your production manager and I can only manage $5 million a year, it's a problem. So that's why it's not complicated business, but you always have to improve. You add a couple more salespeople, you have to beef up your production. You have to be your admin. You keep adding, and most roofers, they have these weaknesses, and those weaknesses break them.
I believe a lot of people don't grow. And I just had this conversation. We just got done a shop tour before I came here. And someone asked me, why do I believe most people stay between that 1.3, 1.4, 1.5? I said, this is why. I said, because most of the people, and I once was, I called myself the Northeast King, right? Like, I mean, like I came from a very poor area. And not that all Northeast is poor, so I don't want to make it sound like it's a very nice area. But like, it's a very blue collar, lower social economic place, right? But when you start making $400,000, $500,000, you're in the elite in Northeast Philly. You just are. Like, people start to look up to you. But you and I both notice you're making $400,000 or $500,000 anywhere else, you're the small guy on the podium, right? Like, and you get comfortable in that environment, and you get comfortable there, and you're like, well, I'm making a good living here. Yeah, I'm working really, really hard. Life's chaos and life's crazy, but this is what I see. And until you go see other things and you invest in, I don't care whether it be. I think you might have a coaching group. I'm not sure, but I believe you do. Correct? You have some coaching, like your coaching group or a mastermind system. Until you start investing in yourself, you're gonna just stay where you are. And I just call it the duck underneath water, and you're just going in a circle. And I believe that's why most people are stuck, Dmitry. I don't believe that. I've never asked anyone and said, if I handed you a $20 million check today, would you not take it? No one ever said no, I wouldn't take it. So everybody wants the money. They just don't want to put the work in to get the money. And it's hard because you got to educate yourself. Like, it really is. Like, you got to educate yourself. Like you said, let's take marketing. Most people say, I don't want to deal with marketing. You could go watch YouTube videos on marketing for free and give yourself a PhD really, really quick inside of, I'm going to say, a 3-week, 4-week period. You'll probably know more if you just spent 4 hours a night, 3 hours a night on YouTube watching different marketing stuff for a month than you would for a kid that graduated with his marketing degree from college, because they're teaching kids.
But it's hard. You have to have a discipline. They would you rather watch Netflix or do something that you don't like, you don't understand? It scares people. They don't want to do it.
But that's on you then. That's
Yeah.
not on me. Then
100%.
then you belong where you belong.
Yes.
Then stay there. Right? It's like the fat guy at the gym saying, I want to lose weight, but he drives himself to the gym, he eats a Snicker bar and stays in the parking lot. Well, that's not going to the gym. Like, it's real, like, right, life is very simple to me when I see these contractors. You have to invest in yourself. No one's going to save you. No one's going to save you. The nice part is you don't need anyone to save you. And the thing about the contracting community, different than the digital agency community, I think you agree with this. Most people in digital marketers are dicks. They all have big egos. They all try to be the man. I was one at one time. I was an idiot, right? I look back, I'm like, man, why was I addicted to that guy? Why was I addicted to that guy? Like, so stupid. I wish I'd let everyone into one SEO and learn, right? But now the home services, everyone lets you into their business to come see. The 80% of people have the abundance mindset.
I would say it's less, but a lot of it's opening up. It used to be everybody was watching themselves. Like I would say 10 years ago, if you go to any market, if you put an event together, people are like, what? I'm gonna teach my competitors, right? Like the mindset was very small. I think with the conference, with the IREs, with the YouTube, people open doors. People understand that. Like, I'll give you example. People don't like to talk about their prices. It's the hardest topic. So I always say, you think people don't know how much you charge? Like homeowners know how much you charge, your competitors know how much you charge, everybody knows how much you pay, how much you charge. It's super easy to figure out. So, but people would never say like,
We pay 8% commission. We charge anywhere between $800 and $1,000 a square. It's like real simple. Like
it's a commodity business, but the mindset used to be very small. Now people start waking up to the idea of it's getting better every year.
I mean, I think, I've never had bad experiences with people. Any shop I call to go in, any private equity firm I call up, they let me in. Any shop, I actually had one shop, believe it or not. And the irony is this, I'm not going to put him on blast. He was asking me for marketing advice and kept asking me. And right here, there's a big shop right here. And he let me into the HVAC side of their company. I said, listen, can I come see the roofing side? And he's like, listen, your competitors. I'm like, I'm a competitor of yours. I'm like, dude, you were just in my shop 2 weeks ago asking me for advice. So I just never.
It's a one-way street.
Well, he reached out to me like 3 more times. I never responded to his email. Never did again.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's not happy about that. But what would you do if I did that to you, Dmitry?
Yeah.
Like, you're in my shop asking me for advice, and I'm giving. You just have to do that. Here's a question for you. The roofing conference, you built it. It was 7 years. This is our 8th year. What'd you think of last year? And listen, I know people give all different types of feedback. And, what'd you think of last year? What'd your wife and kids think, who are a beautiful family, by the way? Congratulations.
Thank you. No, it was the first time I could sleep. I could enjoy it. You know how you have a big team. I did not have a big team. Well, I have a team, but I'm workaholic, so I've never took my family to my conference. I always went myself. Did not sleep when I have Marcus Lemonis on my conference profit series. So I did not sleep for it was second sleepless night. It was true story. I came to Lenny's Corolla. We were at Mango's. I bought out Mango's. We did like a word ceremony, and next morning I'm interviewing Marcus Lemonis at 9 o'clock on stage. It was such a big deal for me. He was a hero for me. Like, I used to watch him on CNBC, right? And 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning, I come to Lenny. I said, Lenny, if something happened to me, I was so paranoid because the second night with no sleep, I know my body. You know how you don't sleep 2 nights and you fall asleep at 5, you're not waking up at 8.
No.
Just you just can't wake up. I said, if I'm not on the stage, someone have to meet him because we paid him a lot of money, and you're just gonna do the interview. And we have a sauna on the parking lot. We have workout and everything. I did not go to sleep. At 6 o'clock, I went. I did a sauna. I did the whole thing. Workout. Lenny comes in 7 a.m. He's like, "You good?" I'm like, "I'm good." I meet Marcus. Go on the stage. Video still on YouTube. Do the interview. I walk him out. Like put him in his fancy car. Come inside the Rosen Hotel. Sit down and just break in tears. Like my body was shaking. Like someone like my mom died. Like I was just like I think emotionally I was drained for 2 sleepless nights. And that's what it takes to put event for 1,000 people. It was crazy amount of stress, but there's no way you can go to sleep. 1,000 people came to see it. For me, it was a big deal for the immigrant to build this movement, right? And people don't understand. So at your event, when under your management, it's the first time I have my wife, my kids. We enjoyed it. I'm like, now I'm enjoying conference like an attendee. Now this is fun part. Like, everybody knows me. Like it was awesome. It was, thank you for that.
What do you think of the content from the speakers?
It was different flavor, but I like it. I recently told people, so at Win the Storm, they invited Charlie Kirk. I would never put him on a stage, right? And they have some controversy. And I told people, listen, he was not my speaker. Your speakers probably were not my first choice. But when you travel to other country, try different food, open your mind. You don't go to China in at McDonald's. Try something local. So I would argue that the best thing that can happen to you is when you travel and you meet other people. I would never met your speakers because at my conference, I put my idols on the stage. Marcus Lemonis, Patrick Bet-David, people who I follow. Now you putting on your stage people you follow, and next best thing I can do is go follow those people and learn from them.
It's funny because you sent one of the comments of one of the guys said, this guy's not a fucking roofer.
I don't know who that is.
The Banana Man, right?
Yeah.
And me and Bill laughed, and you're right. Like I say to people, I'm not a roofer. You never heard me claim to be a roofer, have you, Dmitry? And I never claimed to be, this total expert in roofing. But what I am is an expert at taking roofing companies and scaling them and selling them. I think you'd agree to that, yes or no? Yeah. So people can sit there, like that's what the conference is about. It's about business and build it to sell. I mean, I named the fucking conference, build it to sell. It didn't come, some guy was sitting here yesterday trying to sell us, what was that, guard stuff? I'm like, dude, gutter guards. I'm like, I'm not, do you think I give a shit about the gutter guard? Like, I'm not being rude. Do you think I give a shit?
Oh, if you sell it, yes. If not, not.
If we sell it, it means it passed my team's sniff test. If it doesn't work for the homeowner, we're going to go replace it for free and make the homeowner happy. Like, business isn't that hard. There's not a difference between the iPhone and the Samsung Galaxy on the Droid. It's just what operating system do you like, right? It comes down to what you like.
Preference.
And people get so confused with, oh, I want to go to a roofing conference and I want to see Beacon talk about distribution. Well, distribution, I'm just giving you an example, right? Beacon's distribution is going to be set depending on how much the volume is. It's going to be different for everyone based on volume. A Tamco shingle, GAF shingle, Owens Corning shingle, Atlas shingle, in my opinion, they're all identically the same. There's no difference in my opinion. I believe they're all halfway decent shingles. I believe it comes down to the company that's going to install them. Do you have a 5-star pledge that you want to take care of your customer forever? Right? So my mindset comes from a business mindset for the conference, right? Like, I'm not saying yours was wrong. I'm not saying mine's right.
It's different.
It's just different, right? Like if you want to build your business and sell it one day or make it and maximize the profits, I would say come to the conference. If you want to come learn about what the best nail gun is, I'm probably not the guy for you, right? Because we don't even have nail guns. I know IRE is real big into bringing every type of thing there, and I'm not being nasty about IRE. I would just say IRE is very different than mine. IRE is not going to teach you how to build your company, sell it, scale it. Even all the people I have speak, as you know, even like Beacon will speak this year, service team, their whole topics have to be helping people to sell and scale their companies. So like it's a very different formula.
It's a niche within a niche, and you want to be known for something. And for some people, if someone does not want to sell the company, just don't come because that's not your thing.
100%.
But there's different.
Or if you don't want to grow your company, that's what. If you want to grow your company, you should come. You don't have to sell it, but you better build it that it is. You have the option to sell, because if you get sick or your kids don't want it, what are you going to do with your company?
What I don't get is like everybody agree, even with with your wife, like you will never find a person who you 100% align every single time, right? Even with your business partners, even like, okay, you don't agree with Lance or myself 100%. But let's say you agree at 80%. That 20% of disagreement, I mean, with some people, you probably don't agree, at 20% even, right? But the thing is, you don't, like, if someone goes on a stage and you don't like them, go talk to the vendor. Go collaborate. Go with the bar. Take a break. You don't have to. Like, I don't think I've ever been at every conference that every speaker was my choice. But guess what? I'm not gonna go and bash the speaker because, I did not understand.
It's hard to get up on stage and speak for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like, give them some credit, these people. And the majority of speakers, just so people know, don't get paid. The majority, we have one paid speaker at roofing conference.
And that's pretty common, yeah.
I know, but I'm just saying we have
Yeah.
one paid speaker. And the reason why is, but all the people I have speaking, almost everyone, like even like people said, oh, you put, who was the girl we had last year? Heather Hitchcock. Someone said, why did you put Heather Hitchcock up on there to me? Just because she was a female. I said, I didn't put her up there just because she's a female. I said, she's an operator. She has a business that does $10 million a year. She's an operator. It wasn't because she's a woman. I could go pick a woman out of anywhere and put her up on stage. She's a operator in the roofing space. Most men don't have $10 million businesses. I picked her. Like, we have a woman speaking this year, right? And it's on financial literacy. Why? Because she has saved probably 100 companies from going bankrupt in home services by financial literacy. Like, it's not that hard to figure out. But like you said, if you don't like it, go somewhere else.
I don't think I've ever been at an event where I regretted coming, even if it's, by accident. Like, you can learn from everyone. I mean, there's some events that you like, it's opportunity cost. If I go, you can't go to everywhere. But if there's a few YouTube conferences and pick one, go if you want to learn YouTube. But if I go to YouTube, maybe it's not my type of creator. He still can teach me something I probably don't know.
100%. I actually thought, like, 'cause I wanted to go to Win the Storm this year because I do like Josie Parks. I like what he's doing there. I really do. I have the
He's a
abundance.
great leader.
I have the abundance mindset. I'm a fan of him. I like him. People ask me why didn't he go. I was like, listen, me and Bill had tickets to go, and a family emergency came up. We had tickets to go. Our planes were booked, like, and we had to reroute from Vegas to there. But I was glad to hear it was successful. Like, we told people to go. I told people to go to Home Freedom. I heard it was very good. Now, the one character who I don't get, I got to ask because he was there, and I can't tell if he's serious, if he's joking, but he has a huge social media follower, but he seems, and I spent time with him probably 3 years ago when he seems like he's a wild guy. The Best Damn Roofer?
Mhm.
What's his story, man? I'm not saying good or bad. He stands out everywhere he's at, though.
He's playing a character for sure. I have one of the best interviews with him. So there's about 6-7 years ago, he came to Minneapolis. We did a podcast, and I learned like real best number. I think he has a very cool sense of humor, very rare, like very rough guy, right?
Is he rough?
He knows his audience. Okay, he knows the roofer.
We gotta get him on. Write that down. Best Damn Roofer. We gotta get him on.
He's the funnest guy to be around. He
looks it.
You will laugh around him. It's impossible. I spent like nights with him, like at because he came to roofing process early on. He'd been the roofers love him. He is that hard-working guy who likes to work with his hands. Very rough, but very funny. Like, he's like true comedian. You know how comedians, they just crack up jokes. You can't make it up, and you cannot stop laughing around him. He'll have 20, 30 guys, and he'll just light up every single room. He's rough. He's cursing. So for that reason, a lot of people like, what? And he's very vulgar, right? So a lot of Christians get offended by him. Can't say that about a woman. He does not care about your feelings. If it's funny, it's funny, and I like it about him. My wife knows him. She loves him. Like, he's a funny guy. I would not.
I met him one time. He was a nice guy to me when I met him, but it was funny.
He's controversial just because the stuff that he says, like it's all. Check this out. I give him huge credit for this one thing. His YouTube channel got deleted twice because of violations, like past 40,000 subs. Because of the stuff he was doing, like drinking beer, like drugs, whatever. Twice. You usually, like, how many roofers build the YouTube channels past 40,000 and start over and rebuild it again? He's an amazing marketer, super funny, super creative, as a creator in me, and just like marketer, and anyone's like, he's awesome. Like, he's not my, like, I would not want him to promote my brands. Just like, people say, well, Dmitry is control. He is that for me. Right. I don't think I would partner with him. I don't, I can be friends with him. I love the guy, but I don't think I would put him as a face on my brand, for example.
Here's a question for you. You're in the underlayment business now. And what, you've been there for about 2 years now?
This is our first 1 year of selling. I started at the roofing process last year, like first sales, but 2 years in business. Yes.
And how's it going?
Really good. We're selling my goal is like 5 million a year this year in sales. So pretty good for the first year.
That's very good. Most people never hit 5 million in their life. So, I mean, like, I love the fact that you're just so straightforward about your numbers. Most people try to bullshit numbers. Like, 5 million is a great first year.
Yep.
Where do you see that going? Because if you get a little sense way, build this guy, yeah, 3 or 4 years. Yeah, I figured that. So what's your magic number? Get to 30, 40 million, then it's fun.
Yeah, I think so, because it's in that space, someone big, like they're not gonna let you grow. Yeah,
they're not gonna let you grow. Yeah, I mean, that's realistic. Here's a question for you. Are you using AI for any of your stuff? Because you produce a ton of content.
Not much. Well, here's my take on AI. I think it's way overrated in a sense, like how people talk about it. Of course, I use AI. I'm pretty sure I use like 3 times a day when it comes to ChatGPT and pictures.
Yeah.
But I don't think personally that AI is there for us. I don't think we like AI. I don't like AI videos. Yeah, I think we're impressed by AI. Like I have 4 full-time videographers. I have 2 graphic designers. They all use AI. It'll make you better, but AI makes tons of mistakes. You still have to have a manager. You have to have a creative person with the brains to manage it, right? But if you're a creative person, if you're doing videos with AI, you'll double your production. If you copywriter, you'll double your production. If you created images, but I cannot go to AI and say, create thumbnail for this YouTube. Like that image, I can tell it's AI. I would not, it's fine. It's not wrong.
It's taking
it's not wrong.
Oh, there he goes. But we've talked right home.
But but you still need a person to create that, go back and forth. And I don't think you can just go and like, oh, create me this. It can help you, but I don't think it can replace you.
Here's a thing for you. You have a lot of controversy around you, especially with manufacturers, distributors. Like you call people on blast here. What they don't realize is the other side of Dmitry, where a lot of contractors trust you. And I know that single-handedly because partners of mine called you up before who knew who you were, and they would ask you to partner. I mean, yes or no, true story.
Yeah.
And at the time, I'm assuming you said, I really don't know him. Right. I don't know what you told them, but they did partner, right? So now I think it's a lot easier for you to say, yeah, if you want to sell your business in 24, 36 months, partner. The guy's done it now multiple times. You saw Munz, you saw Rupert, you saw Planet Roof. Like, I guess my question is, why is there such conflict between you, some manufacturers, some distributors, but yet you have this whole base of people that trust you? And I'm just thinking here, like, why not try and build a bridge between them all? Because and maybe I'm just asking you a question, maybe I'm too positive of a guy, but I see all these people that trust you over here. I see conflict here.
Because you have to stay true. There's 2 parts of it. Like, for example, there's if I like directory.com, right? I'm trying to put I would partner with people on directory.com, and I have partners there. On the media side, it's impossible. Like, you will like Fox News cannot combine people, cannot be in the business of putting people together. Like Roofing Insights as a brand, nobody will trust Roofing Insights. You can be like, I'll give you an example. I have 13 sponsors in the past 8 years, like brands giving me money. Never signed single agreement with them because you cannot buy me. If you buy ads on my channel, let's say you want to sponsor a video, I'll tell you, I say, I'll do it. But if you do something shady tomorrow, like something like horrible, I'll have to call you out. Like, not in like, because if I cover the story, I'll look bad. If I don't cover a story, I also look bad, right? Let's say you do something shady, like super shady, right? There's a video of Bachmann, I don't know, hitting a woman, right? I don't have, well, that's a bad example, but
let's just say you screwed someone over.
Yeah, so people will say, why don't you talk about it? Here's the article, here's whatever. I'll be sellout to you if I don't write the story.
Absolutely.
So I have a producer, I have a video guys, I have all, right? So here's the problem I would say about like few publications in the industry. Like there's one magazine, right? They've been doing it for like, let's say 20 years. You will never, not even one single time, find any article or any mentions of any class action lawsuits that manufacturers like lost because they're paying them, right? So if they pay them, it's a shush money. You can't run anything negative. And I would argue, like, but roofers, the reason they trust me because they know
They definitely trust you. I'll be the first. I said this
because
to multiple people.
I'll say it how it is.
That you will,
Right.
I like
I'll
it
say
or not.
And like I partner with ICO, and if ICO does something, and ICO, like if their shingle does not perform well, I'll say ICO, this year you're number 2, and ICO will go and improve their shingle. Just because ICO pays me, they don't get to be number 1 shingle in the country. You still have to have a decent product. You still have to. You can't be you can't just buy me, and that's why. And that trust worth a lot to me. My name is all I have. But when people trust you, I turn down 80% of brands that come to me. But those 20% that I choose to work with, I bring them tons of values, and they love me and my.
Listen, I see the trust. I do, because